Welcome back to another episode of the Football Pundits. As you can see, it's just me here today. Unfortunately, the other pundit was busy. I'm going to quickly take you guys through a free hit draft team that I have. I will most likely be using my free hit as well this game week. I'll also be giving you options in case you aren't free hitting and just about have five players, two free transfers, and just about making the cut for a possible squad. Going to do a quick recap on the past game week as that was game week 28. Again, didn't go too well. Could have done definitely much better. My rank keeps sliding. I'm now just inside the top 10K. I'm about at about 7,300, I think. Not going too good as I expected the last few weeks, but just about hanging in there. I have my wildcard handy as well, which is what I will most likely be using in game week 31. My debate was free hit 29 or free hit 33 because I have five Spurs and City players combined, which won't be featuring in 33, right? But with Son's injury and Bamford should be fit, but in case he starts on the bench, I can't take a chance playing with just 4 or 5 players while I have my wild card to balance out the rest of the squad after game week 31. So I'm going to go take you guys to my team now. Right, so that you can see is my team currently. Bamford, like Bielsa said, should be fit this season playing. Kane, Antonio, Dallas are the only other players who will be featuring in this game week. Now, Son, with Mourinho's comments, we know is most likely not going to feature. He said stuff on the lines of if he doesn't play the weekend, he can't go travel to Korea for the friendly, to Japan, sorry. So I don't expect Son to start, which is kind of what has pushed me towards using my free hit. The other option was obviously just taking out the likes of Salah, taking out the likes of maybe even Gundogan, getting in Rafinha, getting in Aubameyang, switching in one of my defenders and getting in Cresswell for a -4 and just rolling with that squad, right? But I'm not going to be doing that now. I'm going to definitely, as of now, still looks like I'm going to free hit. Things could change though. So I'm going to take you guys through a free hit draft, right? So if this is what your team looks like right now. I'm going to do it live in front of you. So it kind of helps you guys understand with the price point, right? Currently, you can see I have zero point 0.0 in the bank. I obviously have Kane in my team. The other essential I see in this squad before the injury was for me Dallas. Dallas was essential. Yes, they're playing Fulham. Doesn't look like there are a lot of goals in there. Fulham has been tight themselves, right? Uh, Worth noting though that with Bamford coming in and Rafinha, they might just get in that goal or two. So there is positivity there. So I'm going to have Kane and Bamford in my team as it is along with Dallas. Now, Antonio was going to be on my bench. I thought Arsenal will turn a page after the North London derby, but the midweek performance against Olympiacos was quite drab again. So I don't know if I'm confident enough that Arsenal will keep a clean sheet, let alone win that game. It's a London derby after all, right? So I'm going to leave Antonio in there as well. Outside chances, guys, you can get in Watkins, good price point. So I'm going to start off with my midfield. So I'm going to first get in Gareth Bale. Yes, the argument about Gareth Bale, guys, is that Spurs have looked not so creative since Son went off the pitch in the North London derby. Son was really very important in Bale making his run into the box as well and letting Kane be up front. But I think if I'm making a wild card, a free hit draft, I have to consider keeping in Bale and Kane, assuming even with Villa not doing so well defensively, looking a little shaky, that they would get in that goal and Bale, Kane, Mora will be the ones who will be involved there, right? Now going to look at Rafinha. See, Rafinha has been the one Leeds player who has hurt me when they've done well because a lot of managers ahead of me in the top 10K do have him. So there's no reason why I shouldn't have him now. It's a free hit, basically covering my bases as well as trying to go maybe a little differentially in getting in a player, right? I'm going to take out Ruben Diaz for Cresswell. And like I said, the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm not too confident Arsenal will keep a clean sheet. Cresswell, even in the, let's say, not so good games for West Ham, is the one who's been doing well. He's still the top scoring defender in FPL, by the way. I had him in my team about 3 weeks back. Did very well for me. He got in an assist against Leeds as well, along with a clean sheet. So just about enough in there for me. So Cresswell comes into my side. I'm going to take out Stones and get in Dunk. Yes, we discussed the Brighton versus Newcastle fixture. Newcastle worry me. They seem to be like they are just at one scrappy 1-0 Andy Carroll goal away from securing their safety, which was a little petrifying for me getting in, the likes of Brighton for this week. But since I'm free hitting, and if I'm free hitting, I think I need to include either the likes of Weltman, since Lamptey is now out, he should be starting, or Dunk. So I'm just going to go in with Dunk right now. I'm going to move on to my keepers. Should you stick to Martinez if you have Martinez, even though you're free hitting? There is merit there, Spurs. Look, listless. They haven't got a goal in them apart from that amazing Rabona from Lamela. Nothing in midweek against Zagreb. So a little worrying about the blank there. I would say there are, since you're free hitting, you can look at others, right? So you have the likes of Melier, you have Sanchez. If you're backing Brighton against Newcastle, you definitely have Sanchez then, right? So let's say you can go for Sanchez. You have the other option of Areola. I'm going to, I think, stick to maybe Melier. If I don't somehow end up going for Rafinha, I will then take Melier in. But if I, as of now, like I have Rafinha, I cannot have more than 3 Leeds players. So I'm going to look at starting Sanchez as of now. And what I'm going to then do is, for the sake of argument, I am just going to keep Hugo Lloris as a keeper for now, because I don't see Villa scoring, because Grealish as of now is a touch and go for this game. He's not practiced or has not been part of the training yet, although he's fit as per the manager. That's a touch and go there. So as of now, I think Lloris could not be a bad shout as well. But yeah, Sanchez and Areola could be good keeping options there too, if you're not looking at Melier and if you are 3 Leeds players. Now the other thing, now who else do you look for? Who else would be a good differential player to come in here, right? So now Aubameyang is a player I have to consider, obviously. Yes, he started midweek. Small chance he could be on the bench. But I think if I'm free hitting, he's a premium asset still for his price, who I would end up regretting if he does well, right? I have money in the bank again, easy fit into my squad. So that's Oba. Now, what about Son? Do I risk starting Son? Is Mourinho playing mind games? I genuinely don't think so. I am kind of tempted to leave him there. But you know what? Instead of doing that, we have other players or other, I'm not going to say best players possible in a free hit draft, but there are players who could start, who could get in the points, right? One of them is, again, if I return back to Brighton, you have Trossard. Trossard had a decent game. As we know, last game he got in a 10-point haul. Average before that, but you feel the kind of statistic that Brighton have been giving, they've been very unlucky with their return so far. So I think a free hit chip kind of Mary's getting in a Trossard here. So let's say if I get in Trossard, even Gross is not a bad shout out. Gross on set pieces could do the trick as well. Gross got an assist in there too, and he has been starting. Now that leaves me with replacing Ben Mee, Jones, so just so that I have a well-rounded team in case somebody ends up starting, in case Bale ends up on the bench. Bale's not been doing too well, right? Could have just Mora and Lamela start. Not Lamela, he has I think 1 game suspension. So you could have Mora and Bergwijn starting it, or Dele Alli there, right? So we need to make sure I have a fully balanced squad. Now, I don't really want to go triple up and start with Jesse Lingard there, but Jesse Lingard could be a decent shout out too. What I don't mind doing is if Trossard, Oba, Rafinha, Bale are my starters right there, I could just look at Aston Villa and keep Grealish on my bench in case he ends up starting and someone from the squad misses out. I think Grealish could just about be what this Aston Villa side have been missing. And if I don't have Antonio, I don't have Watkins coming in for me, I think Grealish could be a safe bet to keep on the bench. It's what I'm looking at right now. And if I look at the likes of Ben Mee and Kilman just to round up a side to balance out a good side would ideally start with all starters. You have options of doubling up on Villa defense if you're Martinez. You could go in for Konsa, you could go in for Target. On the flip side, you could also then look at Spurs. If you see a page sheet, you could, for example, then look at the likes of Reguilon there. Now, obviously, I have Lloris in this as well, so he's not a fair starter. So let's just say, for sake of argument, I just move this on right now to Fulham, and I just get an Ariola there. That leaves me with another 6.4 in my bank. I could go in for Tierney, but I think if I had this defense, I would be still more comfortable starting with Dallas, Dunk, and Cresswell than maybe with Tierney. That's where I stand right now. There's a better punt maybe on Fulham defense as well. They are playing Leeds. If Leeds struggle to score like they did against Chelsea, you could see a clean sheet for any of Aina. You have Adebayo, you have Anderson. So there are players there to look at as well. So I'm just going to do that. Let's say you go in for an Aina, you balance out your squad. So money in the bank is really not a problem. It's right. How do you maximize the best starting 11 from this? So this was what I was going into. I would still maybe be tempted to play Dallas or Aina over Reguilon. But let's say you would then go with the likes of Sanchez, Reguilon, Dallas, Cresswell, Bale, Rafinha, Oba, Trossard, Bamford, Kane, Antonio. And if instead of Bamford, you can truly even go for, or instead of Antonio, you can truly even go for Watkins in case Grealish comes back. Big punt, but this is in case of anything, right? Nothing to lose for you right over there. Just make sure you have a well-rounded squad where you have other starters coming in to balance out of any punts you're making for players who may not start or you think are too differentially even for a free hit coming in here. Essentially, the kind of free hit squad I think I would be okay with. Who would I captain in this case? I think I would still end up captaining Harry Kane. He still seems like someone who's the go-to asset in this squad as is. Bale's just not good enough in the last two games, so I'm a little worried he might even be benched over there. Rafinha, an outside shout out against Fulham. Sure, he was unlucky to miss out on getting a good assist even against Chelsea. Bamford himself, before going off injured, could have had 2 assists. There's always a good outside chance you could look at one of those players from Leeds as well. If I had to tweak this a bit, right? So this is my first draft of sort, you could say. I could then even look at, like I told you guys earlier, you could even have a shout out to Lingard, even though it's Arsenal. Lingard's been playing very well, wasn't eligible to play against United, obviously, because they were the parent club. Lingard is a good shout out in there as well. I think a good punt. You could then start off, if this is what your midfield looks like, you could easily bench one of your attackers. You could risk benching Antonio as well and starting Lingard instead. You could cover off a West Ham player there. You have then Bamford or Watkins, Kane, Bale, Lingard, Rafinha, Oba, Trossard, Cresswell, Dunk, Reguilon or Dallas, either or right there, and Sanchez, Ariola as one of your keepers. I would say Sanchez still a safer bet. If Newcastle score, it's going to hurt definitely going to hurt a lot. But if you're just looking at the way things are in Newcastle, not looking too good. Yes, look, if I'm looking at the Newcastle assets right now, for the sake of argument, who would you look at? Lascelles has been getting in some of the last season form that he had, right? So Lascelles has scored 2 goals actually in the last 3 games. Clean sheet as well in there for him against West Brom. Could consider Lascelles in, but if I had to look at who Lascelles for, I would say maybe Aina again. But then I would still be more comfortable starting maybe Reguilon over him. So that's why Newcastle players, even though they deserve a shout out of sort, they worry me. I'm not seeing too much over there. Like I said, a rogue Andy Carroll goal is the only thing I can see dampening spirits here. Because we even don't have Saint Maximin again. He is injured. Almiron is doubtful. So it'll be a really gritty performance if they do get in a goal there. So yeah, guys, this is what my free hit team ideally looks like. You could, again, few changes here and there. You could get in Tierney for Reguilon or Tierney for Aina as well. The money is there. You could then start him over Cresswell if you back Arsenal to keep a clean sheet and West Ham to not show up at all. You could even start him possibly over a Reguilon because Spurs have been woeful. Or if you're starting Lloris instead and you met your 3-player quota in Bale, Lloris and Kane. So I am pretty much going to let you guys soak this in for a second, and then I'm going to take you guys through a team which you probably look at if you don't have a free hit. Just about 5 or 4 players, two free transfers in the bank in a -4. All right, so I've reset my squad now, and I have 2 free transfers and let's say a -4, right? Now, if Son was another bluff, it would have been amazing, right? Because I had 5 players playing with a -4/8, no free hit required. But just 7 players is what you need to kind of be safe this week. So I don't see myself doing that. But what if you have 5 or 6 players, no free hit, already used up? What do you do? If you already have the likes of Kane, great. If you have the likes of Bamford, I would leave them in. If you don't have Antonio, if you don't have Watkins, I would say then do not get an Antonio. Look at Watkins overall. Just looking at the long-term fixtures in general. So in that case, if you don't have a player already idly playing in free hit in game week 29, you would then look at, let's say, Watkins. So the reason why I'm telling you to look at Watkins is still after Tottenham has Fulham, very good fixture before the fixtures turn in 31, right? So if you have a wild card handy but no free hit, a Watkins punt could do well for you. You could even look at an outside shout out and look at a Fulham player. You could also look at Maja. He's been looking decent. Price again shouldn't be a concern. You should be able to downgrade to him very easily. Could have had more goals, could have had chances. Yes, apart from the second game week which he played in, which was 24, not done much. Did not start against Man City, but do see him maybe starting against Leeds. Could be a good differential pick as well over there. That's one to look out for. You could then look at transferring out Salah as a second transfer for you, a second free transfer. That would have to be, according to me, Salah to Oba without any doubt. I think that's a good way to go. And a -4, if you are taking one, would definitely be phasing out one of your Man City defenders, go to just one instead of two. If you have somebody else, you should look at the likes of Ben Mee, anyone in that area, and then getting in either Cresswell, Reguilon, Tierney, or Dunk. Now, I think still the best shout out from these guys would be Dunk or would be Weltman, a Brighton defender. It's looking like they could possibly put Newcastle further down and kind of secure their safety by getting crucial 3 points there, right? So I do see Brighton maybe finally turning up. So I think, just to show you guys, I think a Dunk over there. Sorry about that. So I think a Dunk over there or a Weltman would suit you better. That would leave you with 8 players, about 7 players, sorry. Should do enough. What if you already have the likes of Dunk or Weltman or Sanchez in your squad already? Then definitely the second defensive option you should consider, according to me, in this is if you most people already have Dallas, right? So you need to then look at the likes of Cresswell just because of his attacking return potential, and then maybe Tierney or one of your Arsenal defenders if you think West Ham will bomb in an Arsenal fan and you hope it's a 3-0 win for Arsenal all the way. So this is what ideally you would then have. You have 3 starting forwards: Bamford, Antonio, Kane, Maja, one of those 3 right there. You then have Oba number 4, Bale number 5 maybe, as and when it's going. A lot of you could have Souček in your teams, so that could be 5, 6. And you could have 7, 8 into defenders would be Dallas, Dunk if you don't have in Cresswell, and a keeper at 9, which would be in Martinez if you have him. Or you could go in for the likes of Sanchez or Areola. 7 players is the minimal number you should have if you're not free hitting. A -4 to get there, it should be fine as well. If you are free hitting, guys, consider the fact that you need to cover up or get at least 20 more points than non-chip users over there. So you need to round off your attacking team, which is why it's crucial that you completely overhaul your side with playing 11 to make sure that in case you have squad rotation, you don't end up with no player coming in on a free hit. That would be criminal, right? But essentially, that's what we have here. Again, my captain shout out would go out to Harry Kane. Secondary option would be a Leeds player. completely differential option from these, I think, would be looking at the likes of a Brighton player, maybe the likes of Trossard, or if you want great ballsy enough to get the likes of a Welbeck in attack, or even look at one of your defenders, that would be looking at Dallas for a fun. But safe option would be Kane, and second, a Bamford or Rafinha for me. Oba, just too worried about Arsenal still. Good to get him in your squad, but just worried about them just not turning up again. So I would hold my captaincy pin on Oba for now. That's what I think at about 6 p.m. IST. Things could change till the deadline. I will try to update you guys from the pundits handle if there are any major changes in our free hit drafts. But thank you again so much for tuning in to this episode. We hope all of us at the Pundits hope that you had a good time tuning in. Don't forget to hit subscribe on this channel, leave a like on this video, hit us up in the comments for all your questions. We'll be happy to answer all the doubts you may have. Hit us up on Twitter as well. We'll be having a look at Twitter to look out for all your questions. We hope you have another good game week. Not much is what happened in the last few. And we hope if you use a chip, it works out in your advantage. Cheers, guys. Best of luck. Have a good game week.